Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is bang that like button like it's Sydney Sweeney in a sundress, so it reaches a wider audience. Also, before I get on with the memes, first a word from today's sponsor, the Red Pill Ring. The Freemasons have their own rings and now so do we. When another MGTOW sees your gold, silver, or bronze ring, he's going to know exactly what it means and that both of you have the same value system. Now all we have to do is make a secret handshake. Please visit redpillring.com today to get your precious ring. Do it fast before Gollum with boobs stops you. And now on with the memes. Number one is another example of how women don't receive the same time for the same crime as men do. A drunken 39-year-old businesswoman in Manchester glassed a pub drinker after he guessed her age incorrectly at 43. She broke the glass and cut a 4-inch long laceration on his face, narrowly missing his eye. The female judge spared her jail, saying that one person's banter may be insulting to other people. There is no justice for men, it seems. Up next is one woman's battle to push Africa's space race. But Africa didn't invent the wheel, let alone rockets. Besides, even the Americans and Russians had to bring the Germans in to get to space. Also, wait a moment. So the Africans actually don't claim that they were the first ones in space. How shocking. But when they fail, I think their plan is to claim that gravity is racist or something. This is definitely not going to end well. We was astronauts and sheet. Number three, Austrian police have been arresting Germans for putting flowers down on Hitler's birthplace on his birthday. I call this a missed opportunity though. If the police were smart, they would have just taken the flowers to the local Jewish retirement home or hospital and put them to good use, basically trolling the trolls. But if you ever want, you can still lay down flowers for Karl Marx, and his ideology has led to the end of 100 million people. Moving on is this sad and creepy story about this woman that got married only hours before she died. Yet somehow she managed to cheat on him. Just kidding. Their honeymoon must have been something like the movie Weekend at Bernie's though. At least she went out on the day that she received the most attention in her entire life. The dopamine rush was probably enough to finish her. The only bright side to this is that he didn't get divorce raped. Number 5, IQs in America are falling and teachers are warning that some 20-year-olds can't even sign a check. But seriously, who writes checks anymore? If IQ is falling, now just wait until AI starts doing the thinking for us. It will crash catastrophically. The teachers are warning us. Aren't they responsible for this thanks to their woke ideas and ideology that they push in the schools? I'll bet you anything the kids that are homeschooled don't have this problem. Up next, the latest Daily Mail article calls these teachers taking advantage of teen boys in America the cougars in the classroom. The cougar is a predatory animal, so the description is pretty close. The reason this keeps on happening, though, is because even if they actually get caught, they're getting minimal sentences. Fully grown men are walking away from female teachers, so they have to resort to preying on the young, inexperienced ones. Number 7, if you think you can escape this by going to your local church, then you're wrong. Here's a newly ordained Lutheran pastor in drag hosting a study class for children at a woke Chicago church. I always knew the church was a drag, but this is ridiculous. First the schools and now the churches have fallen. What's next? Sleepover drag show storytime hour. Moving on, we have a woman saying yes, she's a vegan, and yes, she eats meat, and yes, we exist. Someone gets back to her and says, yes, I'm a virgin. Yes, I have sex. Yes, we exist. Women love to believe they can exist in two different states at the same time. This is almost as crazy as when Paul Elam claimed that he was a man going his own way even though he was living with a woman in a common law marriage. Number 9, Lana Rhoades says she wants all of her old videos deleted from the internet. She's a former prawn actress. We could try that if she was willing to give all the money she made back with interest. But we all know that's not going to happen, just like she's figured out by now that no high-value man is going to want her with that high body count. She wants her debauchery to remain a rumor instead of being a fact. Up next, we have Eminem saying that being white is embarrassing, and that he wants to end himself. He looks sickly and looks like nature will eject him from his meat suit shortly. He looks so bad he's starting to look like some wax museum version of himself. If he's serious, he should come up to Canada and get a complimentary nitrogen bath. Either that or it's going to be tough to be an albino black man in America. But I think that his mental illness is mostly his mother putting something in the spaghetti. Number 11, someone named Paul posted that he was blocked by Lauren Southern on X. Welcome to the party, pal, as that happened to me too. She's become too sensitive in her old age, as she's been blocking all red pill content creators lately. She blocks pretty much anyone that disagrees with her feminist takes. Moving on, when the Queen recently passed away, her personal assets were passed down to King Charles III when he took the throne. And to avoid the erosion of the royal family's wealth, he won't pay the 40% inheritance tax. Of course, that only counts for us plebs. You have to pay the tax because authoritarian government psychos believe that you're property that they own. So that's why you have to pay and they don't. Just create a trust fund and then you can do the same. Number 13 Prism people attacked the Fallout show for not being gay enough. Looks like the shareholders of Amazon stock matter more than the wokesters. Yeah, but how exactly is she supposed to repopulate the vault by being gay? That would have been a great way to kill the show, and I think that's exactly the point. Wokesters are trying to destroy everything that men enjoy, so we give our attention to women again. Up next, we have a woman saying that she was single for 6 years because she's too hot to date, and then men are scared of her good looks. She's 41 and overweight. Men are definitely scared of her geriatric ovaries, and that she's going to grind their gonads to paste if she gets on top of them. Plus, the men she wants to date, the Chad Roans, don't want to date her because he's unattractive to them. Old, unhealthy, unattractive, and disrespectful. The winning combination. Number 15 is feminist Shalamith Firestone, and she said that the family structure is a source of psychological, economic, and political oppression. Ironically, she died at the age of 67 of starvation. But at least she was strong and independent and didn't need no man. She probably got sick and tired of takeout and was never in the kitchen long enough to learn how to cook anything. And that's why she starved. After she died, I bet you anything that even her cats wouldn't eat her. Moving on, oh, those poor older women get depressed every time they see an older man with a younger woman. They say that dating is easier in their 20s, but now say that the pool of men that don't have children and have a steady job or are just looking for a relationship are just so slim. Unlike them, as they've porked up. This old woman says that men she finds that check all of her boxes only date women in their 20s. Drizzle, drizzle. This brings warmth to my dark heart. She had her shot in her 20s. Number 17 is Helen, and she says to starve men of attention, call us once a week. Reply to our messages late and always tell the guy that you're busy. If a woman does all of those things, then the guy never take her for granted. Actually, if the man was high value and has options, then he's going to find another chick. She's probably sending these messages to the girls who she wants to steal men from. She's ready to swoop in when other ladies take her advice. Up next, a woman got revenge on her ex when he saw her with a guy that was 10 times better than him. And all it took was her taking a Zenpec. Now, fatzos don't even have to exercise or watch what they eat to lose weight. This sounds like an excellent way to market to women. But what they are leaving out is the hideous Ozempic face you get by taking the medication. Number 19, Southwest Airlines came under fire after an agent asked a mom to prove her biracial child is hers. Looks like someone was afraid she kidnapped little Aiden here. For proof, maybe she should have just shown them the bruises. Now, thanks to the blowback from this story, sex traffickers will probably use Southwest as their go-to airline. Moving on, looks like guys are figuring out that women on the left and the right are the same woman in a different disguise. Women give you the illusion of choice, but the illusion is shattered when you break up with them, and they all treat you the same after that. We should start calling so-called conservative women trad feminists. That'll really make them mad because they know it's true. Number 21, Andrew Tate says that having sex with women for pleasure instead of to make babies is gay. Sure, he's going to have a genetic legacy, but he's going to have a hard time seeing them from behind plexiglass in a prison cell. As for Tate, he's looking more and more like Kane from Command & Conquer each day. Up next, this is what happens when there's a glitch in the Matrix. A white guy holding up a BLM flag and a black man holding up a Confederate flag, standing off against one another. I like when they freeze and don't know what to do, because they don't know if they should be offended or not. The white simp in this image is an anomaly, because mentally stable, self-hating white women are the core of BLM. Number 23 is a meme proving that there's no such thing as healthy relationships, because to have a healthy relationship, you need to have a woman apologize for her behavior. But considering the fact that women have such a hard, impossible time taking agency, even for the littlest of things, that means only the men can apologize, and that means there are no such things as healthy relationships. Besides, even if somehow she says she's sorry, she doesn't really mean it. Moving on, who is this dude and why is he in everything? Obviously, it's just androgynous women that desperately want to be toxic males. The reason this is spreading is because the female collective approves of this appearance and is making it more and more popular. The two far left Star Trek women are kind of believable because one was a former soldier and the other one is a security chief. Number 25 and the last one looks like Styx, Hex, and Hammer's brother is in Asia, and he found himself a hot wife by geomaxing over there. Unfortunately for him, his kids are going to come out looking like Elliot Rogers if he's lucky. Walk away, my dude. All women are the same, even if they don't look like it on the outside. So that's it for another Memes the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate at the PayPal and Subscribe Star links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.